Welcome to the Honesty Club podcast.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Sarah Joy.
We've been friends for over a decade, and at this point, we've talked about everything.
Each week, we'll take a hot topic and give our honest takes. And even better, we're inviting you to be a part of the conversation by submitting your stories and thoughts.
Laugh a little, learn a little, and even feel free to disagree.
You're invited to join the Honesty Club.
Hey, Honesty
What's up,
Club.
everybody? We have a little bit of a new set here today.
Hopefully you like it.
Well, it's definitely phase one. We got this table, which I feel like is going to be a good size. I might refinish it or whatever. We just kind of set it up today.
Cups.
Exactly. We wanted a little more of a flattering
angle.
Also, we need room for activities. The couch kind of just swallows us.
Yeah.
We fall lower and lower into it.
Absolutely.
And
although at this time in my life, I've just resolved that there may not be a great angle.
Well,
so I've been like, whatever.
Yeah. I feel ya.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's all good. But, we just moved. I mean, the couch still exists. We're looking at it, but we just kind of moved it out of the way.
We're stuck in this room.
Yeah. I want to get some, fun chairs, but we're just borrowing some chairs from another room right now. But we're having a good time.
Works. It's great. I like it so far.
Yeah.
I feel like I have the space. I'm not worried things are gonna fall off.
Exactly, because before we had just little tables. So
yeah.
And
sometimes I have multiple drinks.
Exactly.
So I gotta have my space.
We got room for activities.
Yes,
it's gonna be great. I thought about doing. Sorry.
No, go.
I thought about doing a swivel chair. I thought that would be super fun.
Okay, you can just move around. I like it.
Something fun.
Yeah. Well, this is fun
because then you could swivel and get out. The couch was always hard. We got to climb over the cords and...
Yeah, that's true.
Also launch yourself up out of the couch that swallowed you.
Had to move pillows, But it is a loss.
A loss.
We're losing our couch.
Yeah.
Sad day.
Maybe we'll get ottomans with the swivel chair.
Yeah. This chair is not... it's not comfy. So that's good.
Yeah, exactly. So... We're working on it.
Yeah. At least it has a cushion for my butt.
I know. We'll level up in time, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. It's March. I can't believe
March,
it.
Everybody. I know, finally.
Let me tell you, very ready for spring / summer.
Yeah.
Couldn't
be more ready, honestly.
I love summer, but it is very hot.
Yeah.
So spring's always kind of nice because it's a little bit cooler.
And it's starts getting pretty again outside.
Yes, I need things to be green again.
Yeah.
And it's just been dead for a while, because we had a drought. Yeah. Then it was fall. Then the freeze.
Yeah.
So it's just I can take fall because when the leaves are still on there and they're brown and everything, it's dead, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Then they fall off and winter happens and it's the season of the sticks.
Well, have you noticed, okay, we're in February right now, so,
Yeah.
This is a little bit in advance, but it's fall right now. I was driving through your neighborhood and there are
leaves on the ground?
Just some yards, I guess some specific trees just now lost all of their leaves and they've got thick leaves all over the ground. Literally looks like fall.
I saw a house the other day and their whole yard was leaves.
Probably the same house.
That sucks.
Probably the same house I passed.
Because that is a lot of leaves.
Exactly.
We still have leaves falling, but it's a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
Theirs was, I'm not exaggerating.
I think we saw the same
yard. Yes.
I was this is literally so much work and fall.
And I'm are they not there right now?
Yeah.
What's going on? And then, so I am over the leaves.
Yeah.
Falling because they just make a mess.
Yeah.
And I'm ready for green.
Yeah.
I'm ready for spring.
Now, okay. Here's what I was telling Kelly. I set out to clean all of my exterior windows on my house yesterday, and then it was actually colder than I expected it to be outside, so that kind of held me back. And then Peter was like, maybe you shouldn't do it today, while it's cold outside, don't get sick, all this stuff. And then I was thinking I shouldn't do the whole house, and then we have oak trees, so they're going to pollen in March. and then I'll have to redo the windows again.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, I gotta wait another month before I clean
That
them.
is one thing I don't approve of in spring.
I hate the pollen.
The pollen. Last year, do you remember how insane it was? Like our car was yellow.
Yeah, well, it's like that every year for us, honestly. But like,
I just
sometimes you get like
last year being
extra
so bad.
pollen, and then our acorns were like wild this year.
Our pecans are always wild.
Our acorns are like
Those
nuts.
little squirrels.
I've been digging acorns out of the grass
Whoa.
just for sunshine, but
Yeah. No, the pollen, and it gets to us all.
yeah,
Everybody's sneezing, allergies are going crazy. That's when Matthew had his like really big outburst.
Oh yeah,
But hopefully
this outburst.
he's gonna have a better season this year. He's tooled and ready to go.
That's good.
So I don't know.
He's
That's
got
the
what he
only
needs.
thing that does make you sad about spring.
I know.
Anyway,
Anyway,
if you have allergies.
we're looking on the bright side.
Yeah,
guys.
but yes, the sun will come out.
Yeah. I just, I don't know. I know people get more pessimistic as they get older. And so I don't want to be like that. But this year I was like, there is no reason for me to like anything about January. I'm like, it's ugly.
mean, that's just
It's
been forever.
It was ugly every day.
Yeah.
Like the sky, no sun.
Yeah.
It was cold and I didn't want it to be cold.
Yeah.
It was freezing and I didn't want it to freeze. And then every yard, every place is ugly now because all the grass is brown.
Yep.
All the leaves are dead.
I agree with you.
Every plant is like withered.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is such a rough time of year.
Yes. And then, so the only thing that saved me in January is going to Hawaii because I had that week of like pure bliss.
Yeah.
But then you come back and you're like, okay. And I was like, okay, we got to the end of January. And I was like, okay, it's about to be February. But February doesn't change that much.
It really does.
If you really ask yourself, to be honest,
I know.
you're like, we still aren't getting
I know.
the spring.
What saved me last year was the cruise.
Yeah, exactly. So now, and I always get to this point around this time where I just start dreaming of the beach.
I know.
I'm like, just take me to the beach, any beach, I don't care.
Well, I can think of a beach that's just about like January.
I would take it. I'm not even gonna lie to
All
you.
right, let's do a beach day.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
No, I would do it.
You want to do a beach?
Absolutely. We just got to make sure the
Excursion?
sun does come out that day.
Right.
Because that
I'm down.
will
But it could be any day.
discourage us if
We could do a Friday or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do a little beach.
I love it. So
I'm down.
I've been dreaming of the beach.
Let's do it.
Okay, so any life updates?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I've been just in my funk. I really
You
fell
have
off.
one,
I do.
I think.
What is it?
Unless you can't say. Swig.
Oh, I did try swig. This is funny. There was a swig that opened near our house, and I realized not everybody knows what it is.
No,
but
I know.
I had seen it online because
I had seen it from TikTokers on like their family getting them swig and stuff, and I was
exactly because
sounds cool.
I've seen people ordering it, and I kind of thought like, oh my gosh, this is such a Mormon like
I thought it was
Utah
a gas
thing
station.
to do. Oh. But I think it originated in Utah, and I was like, this is probably like
okay.
a very like popular thing in Utah or like with Mormon culture because they don't do coffee.
So wait, pause. Can you have any caffeine?
I think so. At first, I thought it was no caffeine, and I think some people, some
that?
Mormons, do no caffeine at all, but some do no like hot caffeine.
That's such a strange rule.
I don't know. Just like coffee is just like no.
Okay. No
You know,
offense, but
appearance of evil.
I
I don't know. I don't know.
Because I was wondering, because there are caffeinated swig drinks.
Right.
So it's like you'd have to be choosy.
Exactly. But I know some people who open, Chick-fil-A's over there, and they were like literally every meal, they're like high C fruit punch, Sprite, root beer. Like those are
No
the drinks.
way.
They're all the caffeine-free drinks.
That's hilarious.
And they were like, everybody was going for those. They were like, I've never made so many high C's, and like
that is so funny.
it was like high C lemonade, root
Yeah.
beer, Sprite,
Yeah.
repeat. And they were like stocking the caffeine-free Diet Coke because
'Cause you can't even
they
have
were
tea.
actually, yeah, yeah.
I mean, not like iced tea at Chick-fil-A, like I love their sweet tea or
Right.
like their half and half tea.
Right. It's probably
So
not
good.
as big of a seller.
No.
But then you go places like this is different, but like you go places like California and you're used to sweet tea.
Yeah.
And like you go to In-N-Out, it's just unsweet tea. And you're like, okay, everybody's skinny here. I get it.
Yeah.
All right.
Nowadays I can do regular, just plain tea.
Yeah.
It's not as
I do
fun.
plain tea mixed with lemonade. And,
Yeah.
you know,
that's
you get
good.
a little.
A little kick of something.
Yeah. Right. Anyway. So I didn't get the craze. I was like, this is kind of silly. Like,
Yeah.
you're already getting soda that's sweet, and then you're pouring like basically it's like flavored soda. So they put like pumps of all kinds
Different
of stuff
flavors
into the sodas. So like they'll put coconut cream and add in strawberry puree and peach pumps and all kinds of stuff. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is intense. But one opened, and grand opening weekend, they were giving away free drinks. So we went and we got free drinks. And then they were like, surprise, next day, also free drinks and cookies.
Wow.
So we go through the drive-thru again,
They know how to
get
get
free
ya.
drinks again. And then they gave us like a cup of cookies. It had like 12 cookies in it. So we were like, oh my gosh,
So
this is
funny
fun.
that they give cookies with this drink, because it's like you're getting a sweet drink and they're like, here's some cookies.
I'll get to that. Then they were like, surprise, one more day of the giveaway. So we went again. We went like after church. And here's the deal. The first time I went, I ordered something. Well, I asked the person taking my order, I was like, what's your favorite drink? And she said something like Pink Lady. And I was like, oh, or pink, Pretty in Pink. I don't know,
All right,
something
all
like
right.
that. And I was like, that sounds cool. Like,
Yeah.
sure, go for it. Like, I'm not picky, whatever. Well, it turns out this Pretty in Pink or whatever it was just sparkling water with like some flavors,
Yeah.
but like it wasn't sweet at all. So it was just
Oh,
kind of like
no.
water. And then Peter got like this Sonic kind of drink.
See, that's what I'm expecting. Like a
Exactly.
Sonic type drink.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, well, mine's kind of disappointing. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I didn't realize a refresher was just like sparkling water
Yeah.
with some flavors in it. I don't
That's
get
not
this.
refreshing.
Yeah. Well, I was like, if it's free, I don't want to just get water.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
So then the next day, I was like, forget the water. I'm going to get something. And I looked at the menu and I got, I think, Hula Girl. And it was supposed to be like Sprite, lemonade, and then some other flavors. So I was like, let me get that. We drive away. I taste it. It tastes like nothing again. Their Sprite bib was like out. So it was just like carbonated
That's
water.
terrible.
I didn't get any lemonade taste from it either. I don't know if they ran out or whatever.
Oh,
but
no.
like,
Maybe they were given away, so
Yeah.
possible they ran out of everything.
Peter had gotten a energy drink that time.
Was
So
he
got-
like up?
No, he
Okay.
was fine. But he got an energy drink with like added pumps of
Wow.
whatever into it and cookies. So he was buzzed and he was like, I got to go home and lay down. Like,
The opposite.
yeah, he was like, so much sugar. I'm crashing.
Yeah, it's like they were fighting against each other.
So then the next day I was like, I don't want to get water again. I'm going to get like Dr. Pepper or something just to make sure
Yeah.
like the color's there.
Right.
And I went back and forth, like, do I want to get something Coke based? Like the Diet Coke stuff sounded good, but I'm like, I'm not going back to Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Because they had like Diet Coke, lime, and like coconut. And I was
Oh
like,
my
oh,
gosh.
that sounds so good, but like,
Yeah.
not going to do it.
Can't feed this addiction again.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a Coke one that has, it's called Waikiki. I think it has like pineapple, Coke, and something else.
Oh my gosh. I need
And I
to
was
get
like,
it.
oh, that sounds really good too. Anyway, but I got a Dr. Pepper one. And I had just looked up on TikTok, like, what are some popular drinks?
Yeah.
And so somebody said Sprinkling was really good. So I got it. I don't even know what was all in it. I think it was like strawberry puree, raspberry, coconut cream,
Wow.
something peach, maybe. And I couldn't drink it. It was like so
Too
sweet.
sweet.
Yeah. So
what's like the
sweet.
happy
And then they gave
medium?
us 2 things of cookies. And they were like, we got like 20, they were tiny, thin cookies, but like each of us got 12 with like frosting.
Oh my gosh.
And we were like, okay, we're kind of sugared out now.
This is like the sweet cravings paradise.
It was too much.
So you never had a drink that you're like, this is amazing.
No, Peter's were pretty good,
Okay.
but like mine,
Never hit.
right.
You got to try them all so you know.
Yeah. You can also make your own. So
Okay.
you don't have to get so many things
Yeah.
in it.
That sounds like
I
a
would
good
go back
idea.
for like another Sprite based drink.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully
like try
you get
that
the
again.
Sprite this time.
Like Sprite and pineapple. That would be
Ooh,
fun.
that would be real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll let you know, guys.
Yeah.
We might take
We're
a little.
gonna go today because I haven't
swing
been
break.
yet. So is it only drive through or you can go in?
Only drive through.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
What an interesting concept. Like it's just a drink station,
Yeah.
you know? Which, I mean, I personally love because I was telling someone the other day, I'm like, I could do any task if I have a fun drink.
I know.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, get me through. I'm going to
Yeah.
have to run this errand. I'm getting a good drink.
Getting a fun drink.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it.
So that's my kind of place. There was
Yeah.
another thing I was going to say about it or question. Oh, well, so I had seen people online, like TikTokers or whatever, getting swig.
Yeah.
Like recently. And I didn't like look into it. I was just like, oh, I guess it's some place they have over there. Well, then I started getting ads on Instagram about swig.
You were
And I was like, are we about to get one? Because we don't have one.
Yeah.
So why am I getting ads?
Yeah.
And then you told me we just got a swig. I was like, this is all making
makes
sense
sense.
because they know where I'm at.
Yeah.
You know, they know I'm nearby one. So they're like, here you go.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, hey, worked
Yeah,
out
exactly.
because I want to
It's
go.
funny because
but-
I'm pretty sure it was like all like their grand opening people that came in from Utah.
Oh,
so they were all
funny.
wearing like swig shirts, but the swig shirts had like mountains on them, and they said like Salt Lake City. I'm like, there are no mountains here,
So
y'all.
that definitely came from there.
Yeah.
That I didn't realize that. That makes sense. So
Yeah.
so funny. They had to come up with something for themselves.
Yeah, I know. They had to treat themselves.
Yeah, treat yourself exactly.
So they're doing just
Wow.
loaded sodas.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
my life update is recently my husband Matthew had to go on a work trip, so my mom flew in and stayed with me, and we decided to get a little kickstart on the baby room.
Yes.
Which
It's
was
looking
nice.
so cute.
Because I was feeling a little overwhelmed by all the things, and especially like the room, which isn't a big deal, really. Like we could have literally waited till after she was born because
You don't need it.
you don't
yet.
even
Yeah.
need it. But I just wanted
You're
to
not
have
going to be making
something.
the trip up the stairs to
Exactly.
like let her sit in there.
Exactly. But I wanted to like have some things under my belt, you know. So we painted the wall. We're gonna do some more things to it, and we painted this chest, and then we put up some
Looks
curtains.
good.
So it felt like we got started.
Very cute.
And I'm not like so behind. And we also cleaned out some closets.
Did you get your rug in your crib and all that?
Got the crib. The rug is delayed, so hopefully tomorrow.
Okay.
I think. What's this? Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll see. Because it kept telling me different dates, but it actually said shipped this time.
Okay,
so I
good.
feel like
Yeah.
it should happen.
Is it from Amazon or somewhere
Yeah,
else?
it's from Amazon.
Well,
So
they've
I
been
don't know
struggling
what,
lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
They can't recover from
couple
Christmas.
a couple things I feel like, oh man, this isn't good anymore. I'm trying to remember what the other one is. But I'm
Like from Amazon?
no, just
Oh.
something that used to be great. And I'm like, I think they lost it. And I think they're not coming back. But I'm trying to remember what that
back.
I'm trying to remember what that other thing is. It's just like they're not what they used
Yeah.
to be, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Everybody kind of loses it sometimes.
Yeah. Especially if it becomes so fast paced, like everyone's using it. I
Right.
feel like they're trying to make
Was
it a hurry.
Yeah.
So they lose their standards.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I'm hoping it comes in soon. So and then we'll have to put the crib up,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
It is.
Well, it's getting sooner. So, but today we're talking about spring cleaning. So,
Gonna be great. I have started. On
yes,
my
you
spring
said
cleaning.
you have.
Yeah. What is starting is well, I did a deep clean of the kitchen yesterday, which felt good.
Ooh.
I need to do more, but like
Yeah, I feel that.
when I
for
was
myself.
resetting the kitchen, I like, scrubbed the sink down, which I love to do, but like, it just hasn't been an everyday thing for me because I've been really lazy in my January slump.
it happens. You're like, what's the point?
So I did that and I wiped down the cabinet faces and I took all the knobs off the stove,
Wow.
and like was deep cleaning that. And that felt really good. Like putting everything away off the counters, like
Yeah.
nothing left. Sometimes you just leave stuff out because you're like,
I
oh,
did
I'll do
notice it
this.
looked
I'll do
very
that.
clean.
Yeah, I was like, let me get all of this
Yeah.
riffraff out of here.
Riffraff, yeah.
We gotta do that. And then I started listing stuff on Facebook Marketplace.
Amazing.
And people are blowing up my phone.
Really?
to
Well,
try to
that's
get it.
good.
Well, yeah. I got this, there was this like online auction, and I got this tricycle because I'm like, somebody's gonna want a tricycle.
That's cute.
Well, I just haven't found a home for it, so I'm like, let me, go ahead and list
Sell
it.
Yeah.
And I mean, there are like 30 messages. Everybody wants the tricycle, so I'm like,
hot commodity.
yeah,
Who knew?
yeah,
Tricycles are a thing. I guess maybe again it's
Everybody
like spring,
wants it.
so
Maybe.
like, they're like we're gearing up to go outside more. We need a little
Maybe.
activity.
Plus, I listed it for $10. Everybody's like chomping at the bit. I
Yeah.
got it for $1, so I'm making a profit.
You just reminded me that I have this chair that I've been selling on an app, and this
yellow
woman wanted it for a lower price, but I decided to go with it because I was like,
Yeah,
I just want to get rid of it at this point.
yeah.
And I said yes to her, and then we have yet to like do anything else because she asked me about like, all she said was like, how close do you think you are to me? And so then I like answered, and then it was like she never was like making the effort to like, let's make this happen.
So annoying. Yeah,
So I was confused, but I need to check the message because who knows what she said
yeah.
at this point. But I went on vacation, then I I just forgot,
exactly.
So I need to do that.
I was just posting on Nextdoor, and then I was like, let me just post on Marketplace,
Yeah.
And there's an option to like hide it from your friends' feed. So I was like, oh, that's fun.
nice.
I don't need everybody judging.
Yeah, what you're selling.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I've been getting blown up.
Wow,
So I'm like, okay, well,
that's cool.
meet you at the gas station.
Meet you at the gas station.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, where
Yeah.
do you meet them?
Yeah.
Feels so awkward.
But I feel like I have a lot of stuff to post.
Yeah.
Getting rid of our old microphone. Well, my old microphone. The one that was
yeah.
like booming every time.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Just get it
get rid of
it
that.
gone. Yeah.
It is brand new, but like I just didn't like how it sounded or whatever.
Yeah.
So get rid of that.
We don't
Give
need
a good
them
deal.
anymore.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. Moving on.
Moving on. Yeah. Well, it feels so good when you start getting rid of stuff
Yeah.
that you've had like
Yeah.
just for too long.
Yeah.
So like I said, my mom helped me clean out some closets. And like it was my husband's office closet. It was the biggest one, and we were like, he has like all this stuff up here, and we're like, there's like boxes that he needs to unload, and then we shake them and we're like, they're empty. Like, we could just get rid of this.
Yeah.
So that opened the
That's
door
good.
to like,
That's easier than you thought it would be.
there's still stuff to go through, but it is a lot more organized. And now I have like, there was things that I found that I was looking for.
Oh, good.
I was like, oh, there's my pencil colors.
Oh, wow.
Because I had thought whenever I went on the airplane, like to Hawaii, I was like, it'd be like, I need something that distracts me because sometimes long flights just really, I just get like bored, So like I can watch something, but then like I like to watch something and do something. So I was like, I have this like adult coloring book.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll bring that and I'll color while I'm watching something.
Couldn't find them.
So I found the coloring book, but I couldn't find my color pencils. I was
Yeah.
like, maybe I can find some along the way, and I never did.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to do it,
Yeah.
but
Bummer.
I ended up making it through, and it was fine.
Yeah.
But now I found them, so
That's great.
maybe I'll just start coloring it anyway.
I want to purge. I
Yeah.
want to purge hard. I want to go through, every cabinet.
Yeah,
Just be brutal.
absolutely. No, that is like, you have to be brutal.
I'm ready.
If you're gonna spring clean, you have to be.
ready
I
to be
told
so
myself this
brutal.
recently. I was like, I have to cut throat. I can't be sentimental at all, which
No.
I'm not typically that sentimental.
Yeah.
I think some people in my house are a little more
Same.
than me. And I'm like, throw it. Throw
in
it.
my house.
And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah,
Gotta go.
burn it. Like, we don't need it. So you have to do that because otherwise you will just keep all of this stuff that you don't need anymore. So that's the mentality you have to have if you're going to really spring clean.
I mean, definitely.
Cutthroat.
And let's think other people do this with other things in their life.
Yeah.
You just keep stuff, not even physical stuff, but you keep relationships or like people or commitments that
Absolutely.
you don't need anymore. And then it's like you can't appreciate anything because
No.
you just have so much.
You need to spring clean your life.
Exactly.
Absolutely. It's time.
It really like gets in your, I don't know about everybody, But like for me, it gets in my bones. I'm like, it's time. Like it is the season to purge.
Yes.
Like I felt it January 1st. I still had Christmas up, and I was
bet
like,
a lot of people do.
I
Yeah.
can't. Like I want a fresh start.
Same.
You know, I want to
Yeah.
start like clearing stuff out,
Yes.
cleaning the floors. Like I want it to feel reset in here.
Yes.
And I just I wanna
That's
go.
actually, it started like that for us too, because
yeah.
we got back from Christmas
Yeah.
and I was like,
That's so true.
let's take this down.
Take Christmas down.
It's time to start cleaning. And then we started purging our own closet, and like Matthew was on a roll. He was like, and he's still talking about things he needs to purge. So
love
I'm
it.
like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's get it gone.
What makes me annoyed is just the thought that the older you get, like the more stuff you accumulate. Then it
true.
just starts stressing me out. Like I can look around the house and be like, I didn't have this last year.
Oof.
And like how much stuff do we actually accumulate
It's a
in
bone
one
chiller.
year? Yeah. And I'm
No,
like,
it's
when we
so
first
true.
moved in this house, it was a lot lighter. Like we didn't have all this stuff, and now we have all this stuff. And I'm like, it just comes to you. Like it's gonna find you. And then
Yep.
sometimes even after holidays, you get stuff. And you're
Yes.
like, I don't really
What to
think
do with
I
it.
need this, whatever.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
No, I'm thinking right now of an area that I desperately need to work on, purge.
Laundry room. Oh,
No, well that, but there's the area like under our built-in.
okay.
You know, there's
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
cabinets.
Yeah.
There's just some stuff in there that I've just thrown in there because it
I
was like I
know.
don't have a spot, you know, or like
I
I don't know
know.
where to put it.
Mm-hmm.
And some of it, when you think about it, you're like, I don't even need it. So I just need to go through it. And then the thing about that is it opens the door for you to be able to store other things that you may be
Yeah.
keeping, you know,
Yeah.
where you're like, I don't really have a place right now. It's like, well, you do. You just got to clean out the other stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is going to make me want to spring clean even more.
I'm ready. I'm ready. It needs to happen. One thing that, like, I had this epitome of a year ago or so is like it's one thing to like save up and like get something that you really want, and it's another thing to have the capacity to take care of it well.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have a storage system for what you bought,
Yeah,
you're gonna waste it.
it's so
or
true.
It's gonna fall apart. And that's like, think about things that you buy. They're like little house investments for your garden or whatever.
Yeah.
If you don't have like a system in your garage, it's going to be a heap
Yep.
and it's all going to be trash.
Testimony right here.
I'm not talking about your garage either. It's just like if you buy all this tech stuff,
Yep.
you know, and you don't have a system for where to store it, no good.
No.
If you tried to like buy all this extra food to like have a pantry,
Yep.
an extra pantry, like a deep pantry, and you don't have a place to store it all, it's going to rot before you use it.
Oh, 100%. That's the thing about anything in your life with like, if it's overloaded,
Yeah.
your brain feels overloaded. Your peace of mind. Like when my house is not clean, I
I'm not
can't
well.
think of anything else.
I know.
Like it's hard to just relax.
I know.
Because I'm always like, we have a million things to do. We got to clean this house, you know?
Yeah.
And it starts loading up. It like adds
Yeah.
up. And so I feel like that happens with even stuff.
Yeah.
Because if you have so much stuff
Mm-hmm.
that you keep, you know, just building off of,
Yeah.
you never can get your house to the place you want it to be.
Right.
Because there's just stuff everywhere. Because I've had that too, where there's been like areas where there's just like too much like stuff that I just maybe need to take care of. Well, you kind of just like organize the stuff and it never looks fully clean because you still have all the stuff everywhere, you know? I think I like a more empty space.
Totally. And that's where like, even if you're going over and somebody's like, I'm really overwhelmed, like my house is messy, whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to help you. And then you get in there and you're like, none of your places to put things away are big enough for all the things
Yes.
that you have. So then you're like, oh man, like this is still looking cluttered because like there wasn't enough room in
Yeah.
the drawers and in the whatever. And you
Yeah.
have to put it other places. And you're like, if you're going to come into any situation, like you got to have a little bit of a mind to purge because it's just
Absolutely.
not,
Yes.
you're not going to have enough room to put all your stuff away.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that Marie Kondo says in her book is like, whatever you're going to start with, whatever you're going to start attacking. And I think she recommends clothes first because she was like, those are the least sentimental
Yeah.
out of all of the things that you can
Right.
collect. So she says, start out with that. But like when you're going to do something, go around your entire house and gather up every single one of that item. Don't just start in your closet.
Yeah.
She's like, look in the coat closets, go in the living room, go in the other guest bedroom.
Yeah.
Like, if it's in the attic, like go in the attic, like gather everything into one place.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you don't realize how you've spread everything out. Or some people, you know, like you have a mud room or something and you keep all your shoes in there.
Yeah.
But then you also have shoes in your closet. So it's like you want to purge your shoes. Like, don't just do the shoes in your closet because then you're going to have all the mudroom shoes and there's like 30 pairs down there. And you got to put them all into the room and like look at
what you
the
need.
beast that you've created. And then be like, I don't need this much stuff.
Right.
And then start, you know. So whatever it is that you're trying to attack, like accumulate it from all like around the house and put it in one space and be like, okay, clearly I have too much.
Yeah.
This is easier for me to part with some that aren't as good as the others.
Yes.
When you see everything that you have right there in
what
front of you.
I think is probably the biggest thing for people is like the loose papers.
That's one of the last things she says to do.
Because
like the papers, yeah.
You will be surprised at what you keep thinking you need it. You know, you're like, oh, well, I might need that in the near future. But then 10 years later, you still have it and you've never used it. You know, like that's got to go.
She said papers are like a crazy amount of wasted space.
Gosh, it really is. Confirm. Like I confirm.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm like, what?
She's like, most stuff that you have, like, if you think you need to keep something for, like, records or whatever, most stuff you're only going to need to keep 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of the year, you need to toss it.
Yeah.
Or shred it, obviously.
Right, yeah.
And then a lot of people keep memorabilia.
Yes, exactly. Like cards and stuff.
Yes. And she was like, I mean, she's very brutal.
Yeah.
She's like, what, you know, what it meant to you. She's like, if there's something that's like so special, like, yeah, don't get rid of it. But like most of the time it was like, let's say it's a card from somebody and you don't talk to them anymore. So you kind of feel like this is the only semblance of it. She's like, it meant something to you then. Yeah. But you don't have that relation anymore. Like you can get rid of it.
Yes.
And, yeah.
I know. I actually, I feel like I used to save cards.
Yeah.
So I think I probably have like some cards right now that I could just throw away. Yeah. But now, like going to the future, I'm like, I don't save cards because I just, to me, like
I don't even write cards to people anymore.
I know. It's like, it's so sweet. Like if they really picked out a card and like thought of me and stuff. But what is it? Like, I'm not going to read it every day. Like, you know, and I think also probably cards were such a big deal back in the day because that was your only form of writing to one another and like expressing your feelings. Now we have like text messages. Yeah. People usually just send like a nice text on your phone, or you have pictures. So you have those memories. Yeah. And so it's like, I just don't need these cards that I'm never going to look at. Yeah. And so I'm thinking right now, I'm like, I have some cards I need to get rid of. I know. Exactly. And they need to just be tossed.
Yeah. If anything, like take a picture of it.
True.
And toss the card.
I know. We live in such a digital age. I was even thinking with the papers. Yeah. Like you could scan them, put them on your computer.
You start digital hoarding.
It's true, but I feel like it's a little bit easier to get rid of. It's just a click of a button. But instead of like, I got to haul all this stuff, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And then she's saying a lot of people save like notes from seminars, conferences, church services, all this stuff. Yes. And she's like, there's no point in saving those. No. Like,
see, that's
truth be told, because you're not going to go back and relearn something. The learning was in the experience of being there.
That's why I don't take notes anymore.
Yeah. She was like, the most transformation happens in the moment you're there.
I agree.
You're not going to go back to your notes and like relearn.
The moment you had in that moment does not translate later. No. Like you're reading it and you're like, why did I think this like was good? Like yeah. Like it's not that it isn't. It's just that the impact was in the moment. Mm-hmm. And that is true. That's why also I think I don't take to journaling. Yeah. Because I'm like, I'm not going to go back
and read this. I would
so that it's hard for me to want to write down anything, you know? Yeah. And keep it. And then you just have like, I mean, I used to like have notebooks full of, or half notebooks of like, church notes or some type of thought or something
Yeah.
like that, or scripture or whatever.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, I do use my notes app a good bit. Like if I need to take a note or whatever, I'll use that. But just having these notebooks full of stuff that you never read,
Right.
I just know.
Now, if you're going to like turn it around that week and like help, use your notes for your small group meeting, like,
Right.
yeah, do it. But then after, like, you don't
You don't
need
need
to keep
it anymore. I know.
Uh-huh.
It's so difficult. Why do we want to accumulate so many things?
So much stuff.
I don't get it. Like, what is going on in our brains that we're like, we need to save this?
Yeah.
Like, what is that, that process that we
She
all
says
feel like
the
we
same
need to
thing
save?
for books. She was like,
Yeah.
when you've read it the first time, that is the time that changed you.
It's
You're
true.
going to reread it. It's probably not going to have the same effect.
It's not gonna have the same effect. No.
So she's like, when you've read them, like, you can move them on. But
Yeah.
that's harder. Because you're
The
like,
books for me are
I wanna,
hard.
like, look at them and like
Yes.
see what all they've read. And all
Exactly.
Have a library.
I also like to recommend books. So I'm like, oh, like I have this book. You
Right.
can borrow it or have it or whatever. So I do like to keep books, and I like the idea of a library situation. But there does come a point where you're like, you don't have room in your library situation.
Anymore. Yeah, exactly. And then there are books that you feel this guilt about not finishing. But
Yes.
she was like, they're just not
do
meant,
it.
they're not meant for you to finish.
No, exactly. There are some that, I'm just like, I know that I'm never gonna.
She's like, you got what you
read
needed to
this.
get out of those chapters that you read, and like, you're not going to waste more time on it.
It's so true.
This is freeing.
It's true, because like, how many books do I have that I have yet to touch?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, am I going to?
Yeah.
Because typically, I just get a new book,
Yeah.
of something that I'm like, I want to read this.
I need to finish my my audiobooks, because some of them they're like 10
Oh,
minutes
like in
left,
there,
14
yeah.
minutes left, 2
Oh,
hours left.
funny.
I'm like, oh, I gotta go back and like finish.
You're almost
these.
there.
I know.
Yeah, true.
So it's a lot.
Yeah. No, I know. It's a
You
lot to
really
think
gotta
about.
it. I am also, this is like not necessarily spring cleaning, but like I'm also getting like the financial itch
Okay.
to like budget or
Yeah.
like, track down stuff, like
Absolutely.
make sure everything's going where it needs to go. Like just
Yes.
feel clean. Like,
Yes.
oh, there's a system running.
Yes, exactly. Because like I feel like towards the end of the year, you can kind of get a little willy nilly.
Yes.
And then you're like, wait, we gotta clean this
it
up
back
again.
on the tracks.
Yeah, exactly. Start this year going off right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although we're
And I'm
March,
like
but-
looking into like a new tax person.
Okay.
Just to maybe make it easier than
Yeah.
what I've had to do in the past.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like just, anyway, who we've used in the past, it's been like pretty complicated. I'm like, I feel like I'm doing a lot of heavy lifting. For
Yeah.
this,
You're like, I
and
might as well
don't-
just do it myself at this point.
Right? Instead of paying you $1,000. Like,
Yeah,
please.
exactly.
So,
Just train yourself.
yeah. But it's always just kind of like, if you do it wrong, you're going to jail.
Yeah, exactly. You know what else? I feel like, especially in the new year, there's like, okay, spring cleaning of my life. Like,
Yeah.
what are the things that I need to get rid of in my routine or life, or like things I've said yes to, but now I need to maybe say no to?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I think there's that too. Because, yeah, you can, it's again, you come to the end of the year and you're like, wow, I said yes to all this stuff, or I've been, doing all this stuff. I've been accumulating all this stuff. And you're like, okay, what can ease up my routine?
Yeah.
Or ease up my life? Because
Yeah.
maybe I'm feeling overwhelmed now and
Yeah.
I just need a fresh start.
Yeah.
It's okay to, we've said it before, it's okay to quit some things.
Yeah. It is. Another thing that, well, I've been in a little era here with some phone wars, but storage wars on my phone. So I've been going through and like
Storage wars. Yep.
deleting old videos,
Yep.
deleting old screenshots, deleting old text threads,
Yes.
and deleting apps that I just never use.
Yes.
And that feels really good too. Because
Yes.
I'm like, oh, look at all these apps like
No,
I thought I would
exactly.
use, but like
You never
don't.
did. Yeah.
So I'm like offloading that stuff, like deleting downloaded podcasts.
Yeah.
Like,
And how easy is it to re-download these things?
Right.
So it's like, why do we keep them?
I know.
It's really just a click of a button.
Everybody wants you to have their app, but it's like you don't need all these
No.
apps.
Yes. I think at the beginning of this year, so Matthew was like going over the budget and stuff and like being like, okay, here's,
for y'all.
whatever. And he was like, okay, there's two charges on Apple that are coming up periodically, but I don't know what they are. And so then I had to go on my Apple thing and see what they were. And one I had no idea I was even paying for.
What is it, like Lightroom?
No, it was the I thought I had the free version. What is it? The circadian rhythm?
Oh gosh, this is like
It
$10
was
a
charging
month.
me. Yeah, it was charging me 13.
Yeah,
And I was
not
like,
good.
okay. And then one I did know about because we had used on one of our hikes. We needed the like downloaded version of map, so like all trails we used it, but then we were supposed to delete it and I never did.
Yeah.
So
That'll
that
get ya.
was coming up. So then I was like, okay, I
Yeah.
deleted those and it was so easy. You know, like sometimes you think it's gonna be so complicated, but it was just like simple. And then I was like, I feel free again.
Exactly. Subscriptions, getting rid of
Yes,
those, like, that feels
exactly.
so
There's
good.
too many out there, and they'll sneakily charge you because they know you're gonna forget. That's why they give you the free, trial.
That's why we're on Patreon
Join us
for free,
exactly.
and then we'll get you.
and then forget.
Yeah.
Yeah. So leave it to me to forget,
Yeah.
and I did.
Yeah.
And so then had to delete them.
Yeah.
So I feel good now.
Yeah. Okay. I've also been unfollowing people.
That is a good spring cleaning right there.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Every time I get on, I'm like, why are you here?
Exactly. We never speak.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, how did I even know you?
For me, this sounds like a You've Got Mail quote, but for me, I think I follow more people that I don't know than people that I do know.
Honestly, yes.
And so I'll be like, why? Why am I doing this? Like, why do I
Yeah.
see your face all the time? Like, I'm tired of you. Like,
Yes.
Out.
Because if I'm honest with myself, there are only a few people that I want to see.
Right.
The rest
I don't
it's
wanna see
like,
them all.
why am I looking at this stranger's
Exactly.
puppy?
I don't care.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm like,
we don't speak.
There's
We don't live
some-
in the same state.
it's like so bad of me, but like also it doesn't matter. 'Cause they're going to find other people. But I'm like, with this one person, I was like, she did like interior design. I'm like, I liked her old house. I don't like where she moved. Like
Yeah,
unfollow.
yeah.
Like I don't like this new space. It's not why I followed you. I love the old windows and like all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm just
Sometimes
like,
that's
sorry.
also the thing too,
all I
where
wanted.
you liked something
Yeah.
at one time and now
Yeah.
your style's changed, or what you like is different. And so it's like, I don't
I
need
started
that anymore.
unfollowing a lot of health people too.
Sometimes they get
'cause-
overwhelming because
Yeah.
there is so much out there that's
Yeah.
like your
But they're always
different
coming on
opinions.
and they're like, don't be doing this.
Yeah,
And
and
I'm
you're
like,
like-
shut up.
Sometimes
don't
I'm just
care.
trying to survive.
Yeah. Or they're like,
know?
here's for all the people who don't want to, I don't know, don't
Uh-huh.
want to have a restrictive diet, want to eat nourishing meals. and all-
Exactly.
Like this all sounds the same. Like,
Exactly.
get out of here.
I know. It's so true. Again, like that's
I'm like, if one more person
One
tells
more
me
people.
to not drink coffee on an empty stomach, I'm like,
That one's already burned in my brain.
that one is been burned in since 2020. Like, I don't need to hear this anymore. I don't need to get scolded.
No, it's not even scolding you, but it's only the people that. But yeah, it does kind of become repetitive.
Yeah.
because there's almost only so much you can say about it,
Yeah.
and I get like new people come on, so then they can repeat themselves and probably still get a good.
Yeah.
I don't know what's
They
the word.
still shake it up.
Yeah, it still
Yeah.
works for them.
They-
But
people are mind blown. And
yeah,
still follow.
exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this is new
also,
concept.
you realize, okay, especially with like public speakers or something, like you hear somebody and you're like, oh, wow, that talk they gave changed my life. And you realize that's the only talk they give.
Yes.
There's so many people that are like that.
Yes.
And you're like, oh my gosh, this was so good. And then you follow them and they're like, oh, that's all they say.
Yes. I was thinking about that recently, actually,
Yeah.
because
You're like, okay, well,
yes,
I thought this was going to be
different.
more expansive.
Exactly. Do you have more to say
Yeah.
about this?
Yeah.
No, it's true. And so then it's like, well, I don't need to hear this over and over.
No.
Yeah. And especially like in the health world,
Yeah.
like, there's just so many different opinions, ways you can go. Like,
Yeah.
everybody has something, even if there's like a vein that's the same, there's like slight differences, where they're like, well, I don't agree with this and I don't agree with this. So like,
Yeah.
you have to figure it all out for yourself too. But it can also become overwhelming. And I think some of them have even said this, like, if you're getting stressed out by the information that you have to process of all this new stuff, then maybe you just need to take a little step back anyway, because you're going to overwhelm your body by just like stressing out about this new information or the change you need to make and stuff. So it's better to do it in little increments. But yeah, agreed. It's just like there's so much to process that sometimes you're like, I'm good.
Plus, it's an election year. People are all getting riled up about stuff.
That's not going to be fun.
I'll
probably have to get off social media for a while.
just purge. I'm just like, yeah, I don't care.
No.
As much.
No. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just too much out there.
Yeah.
So much.
I saw a video of like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. today, and he's like climbing a tree, talking about like he's actually climbing a tree. I'm like, first of all, go off. And he's like talking about how he's going to protect America's forests, and I was like, all right.
Oh wow, he really got in there.
I was like, heart, you climbed a tree. I'm into this.
You know, it got you. It worked.
Yeah.
You're like, I'll support you climbing a tree.
I'm just like, okay, you're out here with nature. You can move, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Climbing a tree, like,
right. It's true.
That's really good behavior for our politicians.
For an old man.
I need all the politicians to climb a tree, and then
we should have that. Should be the race.
Yeah.
Like, how old do you climb?
You
your
know
tree?
the guy on TikTok? He's talking about the presidential combine. He was like the NFL combine. Like you have to do whatever. He's like, I want to see. He was doing like this video of like Trump carrying a bunch of pizzas. And he's like, I want to see all the presidential candidates. Like when it comes down to like the final, 2 or 3, I want to see them all carry 16 pizzas. Like I want to know,
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's have them walk up a flight of stairs.
Yeah. No, literally.
Let's have them climb a tree. Like
we definitely need to see how they're climbing upstairs.
Yeah.
Are you too old?
Yeah.
Are you falling?
Yeah.
We're not going to use you.
Hand-eye coordination. Let's ride a bike. Let's,
exactly. Let's
do some physical activities here.
This is a young man's game.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them out there, they're just...
On their last
they're
leg.
like, I'm going to politics
Heaven.
to my deathbed.
Somebody... Anyway, I'm not even going to get into it.
Another day,
like,
another time. We've already said too much.
We've gotten in too deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
But that does bring up a good subject of purging your brain from social media for a little while. Yeah. Like taking a little spring break. Because we don't realize how overwhelming the stuff we're taking in is. The information. I'm guilty, so let me tell you, it does help to like get away from it. And also, what I notice is like I'll get off social media, and my mind can't like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like settle for the first few bit, and I'm like, I just always constantly want to go to something. Yeah, but then eventually. It gets, as you're like getting off of it, you start getting better at it. We're like, oh, I can just like sit here and I don't need like entertainment constantly.
I need that.
It really does.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing. And you're like, oh, I can actually pay attention to my book.
Right.
Because like there are times where I'm like so into social media that I can't even just sit there and read because I just want to like have
where
something.
You're like trying to watch a show and then you're like, I also want to play my game on my phone at the same time.
Yeah, it's true.
You're like not even watching the show.
You're watching a show and TikTok.
That's always me. I'm like watching Monk and like racing in Toon Blast. Like I'm doing 2 things at once, 2 screens. Exactly. This is really bad.
Yeah, we're just overloading our minds.
But Toon Blast has carried me through years.
Wow.
I am a champion.
Years.
On Toon Blast.
Oh my gosh, you must be in the high ranks.
I am. I am. They've started like putting me in competitions with like people on my level. And I've run out of levels before.
What?
And it'll like enter me into the clouds and it'll be like, you're in the Champions League.
Oh my
now.
gosh. If only you could like win money on this.
Level 7,300.
What is Toon Blast?
It's the best game.
Are you running?
No.
Oh.
No, it's the best game.
Okay. She'll tell us more later, I guess. You remember that game that was like you did have to run? And like you kind of like moved your finger.
One?
Politics.
The person we know made a game.
Yes, but there was a different version before that one that was like, you're kind of like in a Egyptian tomb or something. And
I didn't play that. Tomb Runner or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds right.
And then you're like, one time when it was out, so this was years ago, so it was out for a while. We went to Disney World, and I went with my whole family. So there was like a time where we took the kids to this like arcade that was like on Disney's property. I think it might have been in like Disney Springs or something. Well, they had a real life version of that.
Oh, wow.
Where you like are kind of like on a big platform doing it.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy. It's kind of cool.
That is wild. Toon Blast is the best game. Just
wow.
It's so good. I love it.
And the fact that you haven't
no ads.
Gotten tired of it.
No ads. No. It's so cute, and I just love it so much.
Wow. Love that.
I used to play it with the sound on, and I feel like the sound, I don't do sound on anymore at all, but the sound was like, it is reminiscent of like Main Street Disney.
Oh, cute.
I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to show you the sound.
Play it for us.
It's very cute. Let's see.
It's cute. Oh yeah, definitely. Yes. That's another place I would go.
I love it so much.
Disney World.
Okay, and then look
World.
at this little character right now for Valentine's Day. He's like up in the corner. He's got little kisses on his cheek.
Oh, cute. Okay, so it's like one of those block ones kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're like
It's
breaking things.
It's like breaking the blocks.
Yeah. Okay.
It's so cute.
Yeah. Those type of games are addictive.
Yeah. But
So
it's so
just
good.
like-
and there's no
yeah.
ads that you have to go through.
Okay,
It's
that's
amazing.
Nice. So many games have ads, and you're just
Right.
like, oh. I'm still waiting for them to put a Nancy Drew game on apps.
Get after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would play that so hard.
So yeah, that's another part of my cleansing is like, I'm going to delete every other game because I only want
It's the only one you want to play.
I
Yeah.
only want tunes.
Honestly, yes. It's true. Spring cleaning, guys. It's the time.
Also,
Isn't it funny that spring brings that out of you?
yeah.
You know?
It's like
Something
a
about
fresh
it.
start.
Yes.
Honestly, like, we'll go back to the Gregorian calendar here. It's like they made a mistake making January the first month because it should be spring.
It honestly
And then you should start the year with like new
Fresh.
life
Yes.
and like everything in blossom and wanting to clean and purge your life. Like,
I
it makes
agree. That would have been great.
sense instead of just the deadest.
Okay, one thing though to get a little excited about.
Please, I'm ready.
Okay, well, don't get too excited. It might not be that good.
Okay.
But have you noticed the sun has stayed out longer?
I have.
It's not like 5:30
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah,
it's like
that's
going
nice.
to like 6 and a little after.
Yeah.
So that has really given me some hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you ever want to take an evening walk, you're like, I
Yeah.
got to get out there now because it's about to be 5:30. It's going to be dark.
Yeah.
And now I got a little time.
I love it when the days get longer.
I know. And you
I
get
live
that
for it.
sun because you just want to be outside. And
Live for it.
oh, I'm dreaming about it. I love it.
I know.
The sun and just that breeze, that light breeze. And you're just like outside doing
Honestly,
outdoor things.
And you only have, from March, you have 2 months and you're not even going to be pregnant anymore. And you can
know.
go enjoy the sun.
Here comes the sun. Do, 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 do.
We'll wash out that mini dip, get it back in your backyard.
Exactly.
You hang out in there with your baby.
True. Maybe it won't be as cold this time. That
No,
time we
because
did it
it'll
last
be
year.
May. We did it in March.
Yeah.
That was a mistake.
That was really cool. We're
That
like,
was our
we're
mistake.
having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to drink a drink that's cold in the cold.
Well, it started out sunny and then we had some clouds rolling in that
Yes.
day.
Despite that, though, I think of that day with fond memories.
I do too.
I do think about the sun.
You know what?
I think about the cake. I think about the massage.
I know.
think about that Target.
I think about the time too. Our coffees that day were like really
Great.
great. And then the Mediterranean food.
Yes. It was a great
And
day.
then Princess Diaries.
Yes. It was such a good day.
The cake was
The cake was so
great.
good.
I was going to say, it's about to be that date again.
You're right.
Because we started our podcast the 9th? maybe.
Wow.
The 9th or the 10th of March.
Whoa.
So we need another a 2 year.
Absolutely. What are we going to do this year?
What will we do?
What will they think of next?
Yeah. What do you want to do this year?
I don't know. We're going to have to plan something.
Can you still get a massage? Because
Pretty sure.
I'm down for that.
I think
I'd repeat last year.
They just maybe
honestly.
can't go as hard on my toes.
Yeah. Get up, go thrifting or garage sailing.
Make another cake.
Make a cake. March 10th was our first episode.
Wow.
So March 10th again this year will be
Crazy.
2 years.
Oh my gosh. That's so wild, right?
It feels almost longer now.
I know, actually kind of does. I think we've done this longer, but
I feel like we started
Still.
in 2021, but it was 2022.
we didn't. Still, it is a milestone,
Yeah.
So.
A mild stone. Nothing too big.
No. It's kind of big, though.
Yeah.
2
I'm
years,
excited. Yeah.
It's a
Maybe
big
we
deal.
could steak this year. I'm ready. You
Could
know I'm
do.
always ready for steak.
Yeah, you are. I'm like, could do. Why not? Steak and baked potatoes.
I got shivers.
Sounds delish. Eat that right now.
I had that on, well, not quite, but like on Sunday. I was like, I want a steak. And got it from HEB. Just a little.
Yeah, like
meal
one of
simple.
those that you put in the oven.
But the potatoes weren't great. It came with like the little baby potatoes.
Yeah.
And they still tasted like the earth.
Yeah, I think I've had that before.
Yeah, you need a baked potato.
You
with
got to
the
do it
sour
yourself.
cream. Yeah.
I think I actually did do that. I got one of those steaks because I wanted steak, and I made a baked potato.
Hard to go wrong.
I was
About
thinking
to
about
go-
baked potatoes today.
Right now.
I know, I could eat one right now.
Baked. Yeah.
Yum.
Delish. I
Well,
only have sweet potatoes though. So.
oh, you can do
Baked
baked,
sweet.
and you just put olive oil or butter. You put butter and you put
Yeah.
cinnamon.
Oh.
So good.
Might
I haven't
have
had that
with a
forever, but
turkey
it's
burger
so
today.
good. Heck yes.
Sounds good.
Well, anyway, I hope you feel inspired to spring clean.
Yes.
And
Any like, I know you were watching a show about like organizing, right?
I was, but it ended.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they
Well,
haven't had a new season in a while.
recommend that for the people.
Oh shoot, what was it called? Edit.
Something edit.
It's the girls. You know who they are probably. They're like very into like color, and they go and organize spaces for people. It's on Netflix. I think it's called Edit something. So check it out, please.
Okay. The closet edit, the springtime edit,
Let
the
me keep talking and I'll look it up.
rainbow edit. I don't know. Okay. And then okay. And then I liked the life-changing magic of tidying up. I did the audio book version of Marie Kondo's book.
That's what it's called.
Yep. And it was great.
Okay. I think I've seen a couple of those. Okay. Get organized with the home edit.
Home edit. There we go.
So that is what you're looking for.
Yeah. Also,
It will inspire you, and it's fun because it's like
can we end out talking about like
regular people, celebrities.
house reset routines?
Sure.
Like when you're going to bed at night, like how would you like your house to be reset? And I'm not saying you actually do it every night,
Yeah.
but like what's your ideal?
Perfect world, ideal.
What does the house look like? What is reset?
Definitely the kitchen. Because let
Yeah.
me tell you, one of the worst things is waking up
Yeah.
and having all this kitchen mess, which is it happens sometimes. I'm not gonna lie to you, but when I can, even like if it's late at night, like you've had company or something, and it's late and you just want to go to bed, the best thing you can do for yourself is to just clean that real quick, and when you wake up, you're like, oh, everything's good, and then like your living room is tidy because like you're gonna be walking into that, and that's the first thing you see. And so I don't know, it feels nice when everything's just like in order, clean, no dishes, and I can just focus on other things.
So just kitchen, living room.
That's my main.
Yeah.
'Cause besides that, there's like the my bedroom, but there's
Yeah.
like my two main spaces.
Yeah.
I
I love the kitchen reset. And for that, I mean, like, everything back where it needs to be. No
Yeah.
olive oil still on the counter. No salt and pepper still out.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's even worse because the salt and pepper is in the living room because we've eaten dinner. We ate dinner in front of the TV. It's like, it's the worst. So everything put back.
Yeah.
The dishwasher either washed or emptied. Nothing in the sink.
Exactly.
Whatever didn't make it into the sink needs to get washed on its own and put back. And then you just have to like empty the dishwasher in the morning or whatever. Counters wiped down.
Yeah.
And honestly, like my kitchen's real close to the laundry room. So sometimes it feeds into the laundry room. Like I don't want to know that there's laundry that has to
Be done.
be done.
Yeah.
First thing. That can kind of weigh on me.
Yeah. The hard part about laundry is like,
It's never ending.
well, that, but also, okay, you wash something. Like, you can't start a wash late into the night if you're about to go to bed.
Right.
Because you got to put it in the dryer.
Right.
Or it's going to stink, you know? So that's the hard part. You're like, sometimes that has to wait for another day,
Yeah.
the morning, so then you don't forget it.
I know.
I'm ready for them to make a washer dryer situation where it's like all in one.
You don't want that.
Really?
I tried it in England. That's all they have.
Yeah.
It takes like 6 hours for a load, and it's ridiculous.
Okay, but that's Europe, and also someone
so incompetent.
can make it better.
Yeah. They're really bad at like,
Let's get somebody else on
they're
this.
really bad at convenience.
They
They're
also
so terrible at it.
they just hate washing clothes in general. Like, they just want to throw them up on a line, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you
Then
stink.
it's like just wear these 18 times and then just hang them for a while, get a little breeze on them.
When I tell you, when we went, we could not find a washer anywhere. Mainly that, and then a dryer. They
Yeah,
might have a
no
washer.
dryers.
There's no dryer, so it's just like everything feels like hard
Crisp.
and like, yeah, but not in a good way.
Right.
Not like crisp air. It's like
No, it's like when you air dry
Crispy.
your hair and then it's like crispy.
exactly.
That's the worst.
It's terrible. And like, we're literally finally got to like, you know, the second week, and we're like, we're running out of clothes, and we had, or underwear, and we had to like wash them in a bathtub.
Yeah.
And then in our car, we had to put them on like the top so the sun would dry them. It took forever.
It's just
Like,
underwear out
nobody's
there.
got a dryer out
Yeah.
here. So I think
It's
we
a
can do
struggle.
better.
Yeah.
I think someone can.
Yeah.
So
I
if you're
agree.
out there, this is for you.
Yeah.
Make it. We're waiting for you.
You know, there's a local, apparently like a washer dryer service that they will laundry, not even just a dry cleaner, but like they'll come pick up your laundry, do it, and drop it off folded.
No way.
Yeah. I'm like,
How much is that?
tempting.
Literally.
Yeah.
Holy moly, that sounds amazing.
Yeah. People are having babies. I'm like,
Yeah,
give
it's-
them that.
Honestly, like a gift card to that would be,
Literally.
or just like even if you could like set it up, you know, and you tell them and like you
Yeah.
paid for it, whatever.
People are
That's a
getting
great
so
idea.
triggered lately about like, stick to my registry. Like, don't give me something off registry, like for the
Good
baby
Lord,
registry.
people are entitled.
Which I get it. Like, you don't want people's random.
get that,
like,
but
oh, just give
still.
me clothes that I didn't even ask for. It's like, eh. But like, I give people food, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's your gift. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm
Yeah.
better at this. I'll give you like freezer meals.
Yeah.
You know, or like, how about a gift card to
Yeah.
get your laundry done?
Literally.
Sounds amazing.
Incredible.
Or like, hire somebody to come clean your house for the day. Like, that's my gift to you.
Absolutely.
Plus, I'm always more inclined to like take care of the mom
Yeah.
than the baby because I'm like, you'll figure it out. I don't know.
And everyone's thinking of the baby anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So someone's got to think of the mom.
I mean, yeah, you need food. You need
Yeah.
maybe caffeine. You may need
Exactly.
some chores done. Like,
yes.
let's alleviate some stuff for you.
Yes.
Like, here's a massage. I don't know.
I love, like, a lot of people I know who do, like, a meal train for someone.
Yeah.
And, like, I love being a part of that. You're like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm really
Exactly.
contributing in a nice way instead of just, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, visiting you or bringing you some baby gift or whatever. Like, you just drop it off. Like, you don't even have to, they don't have to see you. Because sometimes people maybe don't want to see
Right.
anyone. So, like, you just leave it at their door.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And it's free for them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Love
it's a good idea.
Absolutely. I'll organize your train.
Thanks. All right. Well, I think we've said enough. about
said all we
spring
need to say.
cleaning.
All right, we're going to go get our baked potato.
Swig.
Yeah, whatever we need to do. All right,
All
guys.
right.
Happy March.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy.
It's almost
wearing
spring.
We're in our spring colors.
Yay.
I'm
I actually
bringing in-
never looked up when spring is officially spring, but
It's probably
I know
late.
it's soon.
Probably late. It's probably in April.
Easter's very early this year.
It's in March. Yeah.
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 So I don't know. It could be any day now.
Is it usually... When is it?
I actually don't remember.
I know.
It's the 21st of something, usually.
Really?
I think so.
I'm looking. Palm Sunday. Holy... I don't know. It might be in April.
It's not usually in the calendar.
Oh, really?
I usually have to Google it.
Oh. When is spring?
First day of spring.
March 19th.
Okay.
Hey. Okay. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
So look forward to that.
It's going to be great.
And keep coming back on Thursdays.
Yeah. Yes. Love you guys. And our set's going to get better and better. We promise.
Yeah.
And that's it.
All right.
See you next week.
Bye.
Thanks for listening today. Make sure that you're following us at Honesty Club Podcast on Instagram or check out our website, thehonestyclub.com, to be a part of future episodes.
You can submit an idea for a topic or write in with a story for us to share.
If you like this episode, make sure to subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts, leave us a review, or share it with a friend.
See you next Thursday.